Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports, Gematria. In this video, I am going to go over all the NBA games for Thursday, March 25th, 2021. I'm going to show you both sides to each game, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into today's games. We have Trailblazers and the Heat, Wizards, Knicks, Clippers and the Spurs, Sixers, Lakers, Warriors, and the Kings. So the first game we're going to be looking at here, Trailblazers versus the Heat. On this side, I have my what I call my daily numbers: Gregorian date numerology, Hebrew date numerology. Game numbers on this side: away team up top, record for the coach, season record, head to head in the middle, and then in the bottom is the home team, their season record and their coach record. So the Heat versus the Trailblazers. Both these teams play back-to-back games. They play today and then they also play tomorrow. But they don't play each other tomorrow. They just play again in a separate game tomorrow against another opponent. So with that being said, when you're looking at this game, you want to have both sides of the calendar out for today and tomorrow, just to kind of see, okay, tomorrow's the 26th. We know Trailblazers play tomorrow. Are they going to get their 26th win today and go into tomorrow with 26 wins? Or is it set up for them to get their 26th win tomorrow on the 26th of March? It is the kind of things that you'll be asking yourself. But on Thursday, Hebrew religious, it's the 12th day of the year. Blazers, they could get their 12th away win for this season. The Heat would become 12-12 at home for the season with the loss. Heat could potentially get their 23rd loss for the season as they sit on 23 all-time head-to-head wins against the Blazers with the loss. Blazers would get their 41st all-time head-to-head win against the Heat. 23-41. If we were to look at the number properties for that, 23-41. It's the 347th prime number. 347 is the 69th prime number. Gregorian has 69 date numerology. With that being said, Blazers, they could just sit on 25 wins for the season with the loss. It is the 25th of March. Like I said, are they going to get their 26th win today and head into tomorrow on the 26th? Or are they going to get their 26th win tomorrow potentially? But today also, March 25th, 325, mathematically, 325 is the 25th triangular number. So that could be why they would sit on 25. The Heat, it's their 24th home game, and they can get their 24th all-time head-to-head win against the Blazers. And then the Heat would become 1-0 head-to-head against the Blazers for the season as the Blazers get their 10th away loss for the season. Outside of that, yeah, let's see tomorrow. It's tough because Heat, their record is 22-22, so, I mean, they can get their 23rd win or their 23rd loss. This 23 coincides with them sitting on 23 all time, which is kind of interesting. Tomorrow, 1634, 137, 13. Heat, they can get their 13th home win tomorrow, or they can get their 13th home win today and then go into tomorrow with 13 home wins. It's just when you're dealing with games that are back to back or teams that play back to back, what can hit today can also hit tomorrow, so it gets a little confusing. You can come up with a bunch of different scenarios for it. But let's keep this going. Wizards versus the Knicks. These two are playing each other for the second time in a row, but they didn't play yesterday. They played on Tuesday. So they had a day rest before they're playing each other again. Knicks won the first two games. This is the last game head-to-head between the two, so Knicks can sweep the Wizards 3-0 with the win. Knicks would get their 14th home win for the season, as Wizards get their 14th away loss. It's the Wizards' 43rd game for the season, 43 the 14th prime number. It's the Knicks' 45th game for the season. They would get their 197th all-time head-to-head win against the Wizards, the 45th prime number. Wizards coach can get his 197th regular season loss as a coach for Wizards. On the flip side, though, the Wizards could get at least one win head-to-head against the Knicks for the season and become 1-2 head-to-head against the Knicks on the 12th day of the Hebrew religious year, like 1-2, like 12. Today has 69 date numerology. 69 sums to 139. The Knicks would become 13-9 for a home record with the loss, like 139. The Wizards, they can get their 16th win for the season. 16 sums to 96 and 33. 96 is a reflection of 69, and today has 33 date numerology as well. 69, 33, 96, 69, reflections of each other. Wizards can get their 16th win. It's the Wizards coach 906th regular season game, and he can get his 503rd regular season win for his career. 503 has number properties of the 96th prime. So that could be a little sneaky for Wizards. One thing I didn't mention, though, Wizards could get their 28th loss for the season. 28 sums to 156 and 141. Today with 33 date numerology, which sums to 156 and 141. So Knicks could very well sweep here. Or it could be with the Wizards, the 16, the 906, the 503, the 96 prime, 13-9. So there is an upset narrative here. Clippers and the Spurs. I talked about this on my Patreon. These two teams are playing back-to-back. They played yesterday, now they're playing again today. I made a post on my Patreon about it before the first game. Yesterday I said the Hebrew, Clippers, and Spurs series coincidence. Clippers play back-to-back games today and tomorrow. The 187th day of the Hebrew civil year, and the 188th day of the Hebrew civil year. It will be the 187th all-time head-to-head match between the two teams, and then the 188th all-time head-to-head match the next day. The 187th day has 99 and 156 date numerology on it. Clippers coach comes into the first game 156-99 for a regular season record for his career. So today being the 188th day, it's the 188th all-time head-to-head between these two. Today now has 100 and 157 date numerology on it. Clippers coach can become 157-100 with the loss in this game. The thing that kind of gets me, though, is the number 30. And the Clippers won yesterday, and they won fairly easy. And they tied the series 1-1, so if somebody's going to win the series today, Clippers could just go ahead and get the 30th win, and it would still connect to 157-100 or 100-157. And what I mean is that the number 30 sums to 100, and it also sums to 37. And the number 157 is the 37th prime number. So 30 sums to 137. Today with 100 and 157, date numerology. 157, the 37th prime. 188th day. Clippers could just go ahead and get their 30th win. 30 sums to 137. Instead of the Clippers coach becoming 157, 100. Today does have 15, date numerology on the Gregorian. Clippers would get their 15th away win for the season as they get their 47th regular season head-to-head win against the Spurs, the 15th prime number. And it is a day with 33 day numerology. Clippers would sit on that 137 regular season head-to-head losses with the win, the 33rd prime. But the Spurs, they do have their 23rd home game, and they could get their 23rd win for the season. I think the Spurs, they don't play tomorrow. I think they play Saturday. Yeah, they play Saturday. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is if the Spurs win this game, they can sit on 19 losses for the season. And in the next game on Saturday, it's the 86th day of the Gregorian year. And 19, the number 19 sums to 86. So they can sit on that 19 until their next game on Saturday. So this one's a tricky one a little bit. And I thought I was thinking it was going to be a split. One team, Clippers win the first one, and then Spurs jump on the Spurs on the second one. But I'm not entirely sure because of the 30 does sum to 100 and 157 as well, or 37, 157 to 37 prime. So it could be sneaky like that. We'll see. Sixers and the Lakers. 45th game for the Sixers, 45th game for the Lakers. Sixers can sit on 13 losses for the season as they get their 13th away win. The number 13 sums to 45. Sixers would become 13-9 for an away record with the win. Today was 69 date numerology, 69 sums to 139. Sixers would also get their 139th regular season head-to-head win against the Lakers to go with. Lakers, they would sit on 28 wins for the season. The number 28 sums to 156 and 141, just like the number 33. Today with 33 date numerology. Lakers could get their 15th home win, though. Today does have 15 date numerology. And Lakers, they play tomorrow. And tomorrow is March 26th, 3/26. The Lakers coach, he's sitting on 326 losses regular season. And if Lakers win this game, he can go into tomorrow's game sitting on 326 on March 26th, 3/26. It is the 12th day of the first month on the Hebrew religious side, like 121. And with the loss, the Sixers would become 12-10 on the road with the loss, 121. Sixers would sit on 31 wins for the season with a loss, today being the 12th day of the 7th month on the Hebrew civil, like 127, the 31st prime number. So there are some numbers here for Lakers. Let's see what else. Lakers, they can look to even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Sixers. More often than not, teams do get revenge within the series and just even it up 1-1. So Sixers could potentially sit on 31 wins for the season, the 11th prime number, as the Lakers even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Sixers with the win, even though LeBron and AD are out. The number 45 is the ninth triangular number, and so Lakers could sit on 9 home wins, or 9 home losses with the win as they get their 15th home win on a day with 15 date numerology, and then the coach would sit on that 326 heading into tomorrow's game on March 26th. So that's the narrative I would give them, but I would keep looking it over. And then the last game of the night, Warriors and the Kings. Today with 15 date numerology on the Gregorian, the Wizards, or excuse me, not the Wizards, the Warriors, they can get their 15th away loss for the season. They're going to play a game tomorrow as well, back to back. So look out for that. Anything that they can hit today can hit tomorrow. And with their record being 22-22, I mean, it really doesn't matter either way, I guess. Kings, they can even score 1-1 head-to-head against the Warriors with the win, as they get their 11th home win for the season. It's both these teams' 45th game for the season, and the Kings can become 20-25 for a season record with the win. 2025 has a square root of 45. But with that being said, Kings just could go ahead and get their 13th home loss for the season. The number 13 sums to 45. And then the Kings would sit on 19 wins for the season, as their coach gets his 67th loss regular season as a coach for the Kings. 67 is the 19th prime number. And the Kings' next game is on Saturday, because I already looked it up. And Saturday is the 86th day of the year, and 19 sums to 86. So Kings could sit on that 19. Their coach having 67 losses, 67 the 19th prime, heading into their next game on Saturday, the 86th day of the Gregorian year. So two different ways for them to go on that one. $191 is the 43rd prime. 43 the 14th prime. Warriors could sit on that 191 as they sit on 14 away losses with a win. They're either going to sweep Kings, or it's going to be, or actually, no, they got one more game to play. Second of 3. Kings' 23rd home game. Warriors can get their 23rd win or their 23rd loss. Goes either way. I'll probably have to keep looking at this one. But hopefully the little that I've given helps. Definitely add more on top of this if needed. Look at different angles. Just understand teams playing back-to-back games. Date numerology can hit either way, today or tomorrow, things like that. And I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for watching.